world exclusive on that trailer right there for Distance. But before we break into Distance, I do want to give Sausage Sports Club one more lift, plug, whatever. They're on Kickstarter. So if you liked what you saw with Rami and I playing it, check it out on Kickstarter, Sausage Sports Club. All right, what you just saw is the new adventure mode in Distance. We got the developers here. We're going to do adventure mode in a racing game?
Yeah.
All right. How's that roll?
All right, so the core idea with this game is it's a survival racing game. So instead of a normal racing game where you're kind of like going on a lap or number of laps and you're just kind of racing against other people, it's basically you versus the track.
Okay.
So you're trying to survive and the city's trying to kill you.
Of course it is.
The city is trying to kill you.
Yeah, of course. And it's got saws, it's got lasers, all kinds of crazy obstacles, maybe a couple drones kind of come at you. And in our story mode, the car basically wakes up in a city void of humanity, and you're given a simple destination, and you're told about a threat that exists in the city, and you need to investigate it.
So, folks, this is our future with driverless cars, basically.
So where do you live?
This is the dystopian driverless car future.
Where do you live that traffic is so bad that you decided to make a game about the city killing traffic?
You know what? Weirdly enough, we live in Seattle. It has its ups and downs, but
it's not bad.
Yeah, it is a little convenient when you think about it. Your car has all these abilities too, so even if you don't like driving on the road, you can just jump off the road and fly, or you can rotate it to kind of do like parkour-style wall rides. And you kind of pick them up as you go through the adventure mode. So at this point, he's kind of been jumped a couple levels into the campaign and has picked up boost and jump.
Okay.
So it's fairly straightforward. Just basically look for the next checkpoint and try to get to the end.
So if this possibly looks familiar to people who are watching on the stream, Distance has been out now for a while.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit about like the experience of that and continuing its development.
Totally. So we entered in Steam Early Access a year and a half-ish ago, and we've been working on it for about 4.5 years, I think, so far. So
that's a long time, man.
It's a reasonable long time, but to be honest, it has blown, like the time has flown, and it's just blown past. So we're having a lot of fun working on it. The Steam Early Access part of the game is basically we have not released the story mode in its final form yet, and we're going to release that at 1.0 as one big release.
Okay.
And so in the meantime, we're releasing arcade-style features. So you've got regular, Ghost Racing is just about to be released with replays and stuff like that.
So the time trial action.
Exactly. You got that. You got multiplayer. So you got regular races. You got tag mode. And then you got random track generation.
That looks bad. Oh, so there's regeneration too.
Yeah, so even if you do get sliced by a laser, if you've still got a wheel, you can still try to get to the next checkpoint.
We're literally down to one wheel.
You might be down to one wheel.
So that's interesting. So you added a destructibility component to the vehicle, and then allow, as long as one wheel survives, you're able to keep pushing forward, Exactly. So what's some of the like most difficult successes you've had in getting to the next one?
Well, sometimes, just even for fun, we'll like set it up with a bunch of lasers to slice you down to the thinnest slice, and you just have basically a motorcycle. You just have the two wheels, and you're just trying to stay upright, trying to just kind of cruise by. But even kind of, circling back to like the early access stuff, the community for our game is really intense and really amazing. We have a level editor, so people are basically able to share their levels on Steam Workshop, and there's about 1,700 so far.
So for people watching right now, where would they find that?
That would be if you want to check out the Steam Workshop.
Well, just like all your community and get involved with.
Oh, sure. You go to survivethedistance.com. You can basically get links to everything.
Survive the distance.
Survive the distance.
I'm feeling there's like 3 different places we've been while you're playing this. Like there's portals, and like there's like a glitchy world, and there's this blue musicy world, and then there's this red sort of terrifying world.
Yeah,
there's a story behind this.
There's a story behind it. And honestly, though, the mentality behind the story in terms of how we tell the story is some people just want to go fast, and they just want an arcade game that doesn't really slow them down. Or fly, yeah.
This is reasonable.
Yeah, and so the way we're kind of implementing is we're not doing it where it constantly stops you with cutscenes. It's basically where if you really want to kind of sit and check out and explore stuff in the city, you can kind of get more out of it. But if you just want to like race through real fast, we'll try to get you to the end.
Dude, Wipeout has been gone too long, and you guys have the vibe. You seriously have the vibe here. Like especially the variations in speed, because that's one of those things that you can't just go hyper fast all the time. It's like you got to have fast, but then overdrive and like different variations of that. You really got that cool.
Cool.
And I like this. I like this adaptation here where you do like the long sailing pieces. Like have that air control thing going, and then obviously you can like bring in 3-dimensional objects here that you have to dive through. Cool stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Probably my favorite part of working on this game is that you give all this freedom and this exploration element to the car, and then you basically end up seeing people in the community make these really, really ridiculous levels that are challenging our gameplay that we put in, and all of a sudden you have to kind of be like, okay, I can't play the game the way that I made it. I have to now figure out what they wanted me to do to kind of expand that.
Great stuff. That's Distance. It's available right now on Steam. What other platforms are you guys thinking about coming to?
We're going to come to PS4 when 1.0 hits, and then stay tuned for other platforms if they get announced.
Awesome. Thanks very much, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Ramen, we made it through a first hour.
All 6 of them.
I know. We got 6 more. We got 6 more coming up at 5:15. But right now we're going to take a little break. When we come back, there'll be more PAX West powered by Twitch.